dig in, let them tell you the answers, solve for the need, and convert that conversation into an application same day on the phone, submitted with money. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. I am your host, Michael Weaver. And on today's episode, what I'm going to be discussing are the 3 questions you can ask anyone that you're talking to that has a job, and how to convert those conversations into actual life insurance production utilizing these 3 questions. So most people you talk to are working. Most people you talk to are income earners. Right now in the United States, there are more income earners, so multiple people in the household working. That doesn't matter if it's just one or the other. It really doesn't matter. Anytime you talk to anyone that is an income earner, that means they have a job. That means they have a paycheck. They get a paycheck. Ask them these 3 questions and you will automatically increase your chances of writing more life insurance production. With that being said, let's get into it, baby. So it's going to be short, sweet, to the point. The first question you can ask someone, this could be at the end of a service transaction. This could be at the end of your new business conversation. It does not matter. Hey, Michael, before I let you off the phone today, let me just ask you a quick question real fast. Do you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? Do you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? I know this may seem like a silly question, because most answers are going to say, of course, that's why I go to work every single day. Of course, that's why I have the 9 to 5. Of course I do, Michael. That's a silly question. Great. Okay, tell me about that. Why would you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? So follow it up with that. Hey, why would you? Tell me about that. Why would you? I know it sounds like a silly question, but why would you consider yourself responsible? Like if you weren't providing for your family, what would happen? All right, this goes into question number 2. So I'm teaching you how to ask the question and dig in a little bit. That is important. Ask really great questions, and then active listening. Let them talk and dig into the answers they give you. Question number 2 to navigate this conversation. So question number 1 was, do you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? Question number 2, if you were to pass away today unexpectedly, would you still consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially next week, next month, over the next 12 months? How about over the next 5 years? If you were to pass away today unexpectedly, would you still consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? If you've noticed, these 2 questions are qualifying questions. The very first question I ask is going to automatically mean, hey, yes, they get a paycheck. Yeah, of course I consider myself responsible for providing for my family financially. The second question, if you were to pass away, would you still consider yourself responsible? If they say no to this, they're probably not a great life insurance candidate. If they're like, nope, I'm gone, that's on them. They'll figure it out. Probably not an ideal customer. So we're looking for another yes here. Of course, Michael, of course I would still feel responsible for providing for my family financially if something happened. What kind of question is that? Tell me about that. Tell me about that. Why would you, even though you're gone, you've passed away, you're no longer in the picture, why would you still feel responsible for providing for your family financially? Why would it be important to you that your family didn't struggle financially? Why would it be important to you that you had a plan in place that could take care of all the debts, that your family wouldn't have to worry about selling the childhood home, that your kids could still be kids and play sports and not have to go out and get a job? Why would it be important to you? Why would you still consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? Agency owners, imagine a world where you had a coach or trainer in your office that reported to you every single day, that your team had access to every single day, And the reason why most of you don't have that already is because they're extremely expensive. Usually most sales trainers and coaches are going to cost 6 figures a year. I'm so excited to announce the launch of our new business, Agency Coach AI. This is going to provide an AI coach and trainer at you and your team's fingertips 24/7. It's a coach that never takes the day off. It is a coach that reports directly to you. It is a coach that coaches your team the way that you want them to be coached. It practices and role plays with your team every single day, and then is going to coach them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, recommended trainings that they can watch. Then it's going to report to you or the sales manager in the office exactly what was done in that practice session, exactly what was said, and exactly what they coached the team member on. Then we're going to listen to every single live sales call. Think about this, a coach or trainer that sits with your team every single day, listening to every single live conversation, going in and or coming in and going out. No more wondering, hey, is my team actually having the conversations that they've been taught? Hey, is my team actually asking for the sell? Hey, is my team actually making pivots? Hey, is my team actually doing the things that they're supposed to do compliantly? No more guessing. It is all going to be documented and given to you word for word. And the best part about this is after the live calls, the coach coaches them on what they did well, what they could have improved on, and any recommended trainings that they would recommend them take and watch. No more wondering what's going on in your office, regardless if you're there or not. This is going to give you the most transparency and accountability that you've ever had before in your agency career. And the best part about it is, with your team having a coach and trainer that they can lean on 24/7, their confidence is going to grow and they're going to become the best sales professional that they can become because they have access to have coaching and training 24/7. If you are ready to take advantage of AI, if you're ready to have more time back in your business, if you are ready to quit having to choose between training your team and growing your business, go to agencycoachai.com and check out the demo or shoot me a text 816-727-7610 and I'll be in touch and we can get a call scheduled. Other than that, let's get back to the show. Question number 3. How long would you want to continue to provide for your family financially after you were gone? How long? How many years would you want to make sure that your 8-year-old is financially provided and taken care of? Would you want to get them to 18, to 22 and out of school? How long would you want to continue to make sure that you provided for your family financially so they never had to worry about struggling financially? How many years? Those 3 questions right there. Do you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? If you were to pass away today, so question number 2, if you were to pass away today unexpectedly, would you still consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? How long would you? How many years would you want to continue to provide for your family financially? What did we just do there? We just qualified a lead. We had them tell us why they consider themselves the breadwinner, why it's important to provide for their family financially, why if they were gone, they would want to continue to provide for their family financially, and how many years. We just did a paycheck protector conversation. This is going to be a big term life insurance policy more than likely. But you don't have to do the life needs analysis. You don't have to worry about the debt. Like, you are solving for the paycheck. If they make $100,000 and they had an 8-year-old, they wanted to get to 18, that's $1 million life insurance policy using those 3 questions. You qualified the lead. You had them tell you why it would be important to them, why they consider themselves responsible for providing for their family financially, how long they would want to continue to provide for their family financially if they were no longer in the picture. Boom. Solve for the need. And the best part about this is they were the one telling you what was important to them. How long they would want their family protected. Why they would want a plan. Why? Even after they were gone, they would want to make sure they had a plan in place. This is their plan. These are their numbers. You see, you're not selling anything at this point. You're just solving a major problem. You're asking a customer a question that they don't think about very often, if at all. And if you don't ask these questions, who is going to? So the next time you're talking to someone and you know that they work, you know that they earn income, you know they have a 9 to 5 or maybe a 9 to 9. I have no idea. I don't care what type of job it is. Do you consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? If something were to happen and you passed away unexpectedly today, would you still consider yourself responsible for providing for your family financially? How long or how many years would you want to continue to provide for your family financially? In between those questions, tell me more about that. Tell me what you mean by that. Dig in, let them tell you the answers, solve for the need, and convert that conversation into an application same day on the phone, submitted with money, to where if something happens to them, their family's getting a check from you and just not funeral potatoes, just not, I'm sorry for your loss. Because that is how you positively affect your customer, is by making sure they have a plan in place for their worst days so their family's not devastated financially. Go out, take action today. The first person you talk to today, ask these 3 questions. Let me know how they go. Other than that, as always, time and attention are by far our most important assets. I appreciate you spending time with me today on The Buzz. Go out, change some lives, make it great, baby.